Hi, I will tell you about two mechanisms that allow you to build more complex components: props children and component composition. You probably noticed that some components have data passed as props, like the hello component, where I pass name as a property. And then we've got some components like text that have data inside enclosing tags. So here. This is because there is one prop that gets special treatment in React, and that is props children. Children allow you to pass other components or any other data like strings, booleans or numbers using JSX syntax. React also offers some utility methods to process children. Let's see how it works. I will change the hello component to pass the data as children. So I remove the name property and pass Sarah inside. I don't need it anymore, but I will copy it. Here we've got Tim and Alan. Now the name is available as props children. So let's modify the hello component. I access name differently now. And the names are rendered correctly. I only misspelled team names. Okay, good. React apps are built by combining smaller, low-level components into more abstract forms. This pattern is repeated over and over again when you work with React. Sometimes components that you build are special cases of other components. You can achieve it through composition. The composition is implementing a more specific component using a generic, low-level component and configuring it with props. This simplifies the code. Each component should serve a single concern. It means, for instance, that the role of the container component is to display some components like this button, for instance. But configuration of the button, like setting its title and color, is implementation detail of a button component. Let's use composition to simplify the code by implementing the pressMe component. So const pressMe button. It will be a functional component that takes some props. PressMe button will return a single button component, so I take it from here and paste it here. Okay. The single concern of PressMe button is to configure title and color. We still need to handle press event. So onPress is equal to props on press. I expect that the handler method will be passed as a property onPress. I use the very same naming as this is a React Native convention. Now I can replace the button with our new component, which is pressMe button. And the only property that I need to pass here is onPress. And this is equal to this handle button pressed. Now when I save the code, I can see that it works. There is one more thing that it's good to do now. The app.js file is getting bigger, so it's good to refactor it a bit. Refactoring in programming is a process of improving internal code structure without cleaning its behavior. In React, it's a good practice to store a single component per file. Let's remove hello and press button components to separate files. First, I create folders for storing components. Inside the root folder, I create app folder that will store all application-related files. And inside, I create components folder. And now, the files for our components. So it will be hello.js and press me button.js. I can close the side menu. Let's move the code to separate components. So this goes to hello.js and this goes to press me button. I need to export components to make them available. So I add export default press me button here and export default hello here. Next thing to do is to import these components because now they are not available in the scope of app.js. Import hello from app components hello and import press me button from app components press me button. Now the components are available, but they don't work yet. This is because we need to import some modules first. We need to import React because we are using JSX syntax, and we need to import text component from React Native module. So import React from React and import text from React Native. Now I will do the same for press me button. Import React from React, import, this time I import button of course, from React Native. Okay, it works again. We don't need to import button from here because button is used only inside press me button. Text and view are still used, so I will leave them here. Now the code still works.